Donald Trump is without a doubt one of the most fascinating presidents in U.S. history, having lived a life packed with both triumphs and challenges. But behind his success, there are three incredible women: Ivana Trump, Marla Maples, and Melania Trump. Each of them played a role in shaping the Trump empire and stood as pillars of his family. Let's take a closer look at the charm and influence of these extraordinary women and how they helped build Trump's legacy. And wait until you hear about his last wife, you might be surprised. Let's start with the first wife, Ivana, the powerhouse behind Trump's billion-dollar empire. Born in 1949 in Zlín, Czech Republic, Ivana Trump was a key player in shaping Trump's business empire. She wasn't just a supportive wife, she was right there in the trenches, co-managing massive projects like Trump Tower and the Plaza Hotel in the 1980s. With a fortune of $100 million in luxury homes in New York, Miami, and France, she was a symbol of wealth and success. But Ivana wasn't just about business. She was also a beloved pop culture icon, admired for her glamour, resilience, and ability to juggle both career and motherhood. On top of that, she was big on philanthropy, dedicating her time and money to children's charities and other causes close to her heart. Her story with Donald began in 1976 at a fashion show, where she met the rising real estate tycoon. Sparks flew, and by 1977, they were married. Together, they became one of New York's most powerful couples. While Trump made waves in the Manhattan real estate scene, Ivana was right beside him, helping build the brand that would make him a household name. She played a major role in the development of Trump Tower, the skyscraper that became a signature piece of the city's skyline. But Ivana's impact didn't stop at buildings. She took on major leadership roles in Trump's business empire, serving as a senior executive for years. She was the CEO of Trump's Castle, played a role in the operations of the Taj Mahal Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, and even helped design the lavish interiors of the Grand Hyatt Hotel and Trump Tower. However, not everything was glitz and glamour. Their marriage hit a rough patch, and in 1990, they went their separate ways in a high-profile divorce that rocked New York. Though the split made headlines, it was handled amicably, and Ivana continued to publicly support Trump afterward. She walked away with a hefty settlement of $14 million, along with child support and prime real estate, including a massive 45-room mansion in Connecticut and a Trump Plaza apartment. But Ivana didn't just sit back and enjoy her fortune. She built her own empire. She launched successful clothing, jewelry, and beauty lines sold on TV shopping channels like QVC, wrote several books, and even ran her own advice column, Ask Ivana, for Globe magazine. During her marriage to Trump, she had 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, all of whom have made names for themselves. Donald Trump Jr. followed in his father's footsteps, becoming executive vice president of the Trump Organization, overseeing global real estate ventures and investments. With a net worth of $350 million, he has also been an outspoken supporter of his father's political career and a well-known conservative voice in the media. Ivanka Trump made a name for herself in the fashion world, launching the Ivanka Trump collection and her own jewelry brand. Her success paid off. Her net worth stands at a whopping $800 million. Meanwhile, Eric Trump carved his own path, founding the Eric Trump Foundation, which has raised millions for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. He also played a key role in his father's presidential campaigns, making sure the Trump name remained at the forefront of American politics. But beyond the business empire and political influence, Ivana Trump was first and foremost a devoted mother. She wasn't just the first lady of Trump's world. She was a fierce, independent woman who raised her children to be just as strong. Despite her packed schedule, Ivana always put her family first. In her memoir, Raising Trump, she shared, "Even when I was very busy, I always had breakfast with my kids every morning. I would have dinner with them every night and help them with their homework before I put on my Versace dress to go to a charity event." Her words serve as a reminder that no matter how hectic life gets, family should always be a priority. She encouraged her children to read, be independent, and engage in social activities, values that helped shape them into the successful individuals they are today. Ivana never wavered in her dedication to her children, even after her high-profile divorce. Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric have always spoken with admiration about the mother who shaped their lives. Ivanka once described her as wonderful, charming, warm, and funny. To her children, Ivana was more than just a businesswoman. She was their role model, mentor, and biggest supporter. Her life was a testament to resilience, ambition, and strength. Beyond the glitz and headlines, Ivana was the woman who helped mold one of the most powerful families in America. Today, her children continue to carry on the Trump legacy, proving that her influence is still very much alive. While her marriage to Donald Trump ended, the empire they built together remains as powerful as ever. In her later years, Ivana continued to live life on her own terms. But in 2022, tragedy struck. At the age of 73, she passed away after a fall down the stairs at her Manhattan home. Her passing left a deep impact on her family, and Donald Trump himself paid tribute to the woman who had played such a vital role in his life. Her funeral was attended by close family members, including Trump and their children, as they honored the woman who had been such a driving force behind their success. She left behind an estimated $34 million fortune, most of which was passed down to her children. But one person outside the family also held a special place in Ivana's heart: Dorothy Curry, the longtime nanny who had been with the Trumps from the very beginning. She wasn't just an employee, she was family. Ivana spoke of her with great affection, writing in Raising Trump, "Dorothy was the most amazing woman I have ever met. She taught my children valuable lessons." While Ivana was a powerhouse in building Trump's empire, the story takes an interesting turn with Donald's second wife, Marla Maples. A beauty queen with a heart for philanthropy, Marla brought a different kind of energy to the Trump legacy. Donald Trump's second wife, Marla Maples, captivated the world with her stunning looks, effortless grace, and a deep commitment to making a difference. But her story goes far beyond just being a beauty queen. She was a woman determined to leave her own mark on the world. Marla Maples had a natural talent for the spotlight, shining on both the big screen and Broadway. Before stepping into the entertainment world, she was an athletic powerhouse, excelling as a skier during her youth before turning to modeling. Born in 1963 in the small town of Cohutta, Georgia, she grew up in an active family that shaped her competitive spirit. Her path crossed with Donald Trump's in 1985 when she was just 22. By 1989, their relationship had made headlines, and Trump whisked her away to Aspen, Colorado for a glamorous getaway. Their wedding, held at the Plaza Hotel in New York, was nothing short of a spectacle. With a guest list of 1,000 people, 17 television networks covering the event, and 90 photographers snapping away, it was one of the biggest society weddings of the decade. Trump spared no expense, treating guests to a feast that included a jaw-dropping $60,000 worth of caviar, alongside an extravagant spread of sushi, smoked fish, lamb, beef, and turkey. Marla dazzled in a breathtaking white satin Carolina Herrera gown, accessorized with a crown encrusted with 325 diamonds, rumored to be worth a staggering $2 million. The wedding cake itself was nearly 2 meters tall, adding to the over-the-top celebration. Guests showered the newlyweds with high-end gifts worth an estimated $23,000. The star-studded event saw appearances from music legend Mariah Carey, boxing promoter Don King, and iconic talk show host Howard Stern. Just 2 months before saying "I do," Marla and Donald welcomed their daughter Tiffany Trump, adding another chapter to their high-profile love story. Marla's early years were marked by talent and ambition. She was crowned homecoming queen at Northwest Whitfield High School, proving to be both a leader and an athlete. After a brief stint at the University of Georgia, she decided to chase her dreams in the entertainment industry. Her transition into acting, television, and production cemented her place in the public eye. Her career kicked off in beauty pageants, where she claimed titles like Miss Resaca Beach Poster Girl and Miss Hawaiian Tropic. From there, she took Hollywood by storm, starring in films like Executive Decision and Happiness, proving she had the acting chops to go beyond just being a socialite. But Marla wasn't just about Hollywood glitz. She also pursued her passion for music and radio. Her album The Endless and her talk show Awakening with Marla reflected her love for spreading positivity and uplifting others. She also made memorable television appearances, guest starring in shows like Spin City and The Nanny, and in 2016, she brought her charm to Dancing with the Stars. When her marriage to Donald Trump came to an end in 1999, Marla made a life-changing decision. She put her daughter, Tiffany, at the center of her world. Choosing to raise Tiffany in a loving and nurturing environment, she focused on giving her the tools to build her own success. And that's exactly what Tiffany did. She carved out a name for herself, working with luxury brands and making smart real estate investments. With a net worth of $10 million, she owns a stunning $1.5 million condo in New York and enjoys access to other lavish properties within the Trump family portfolio. Having her own assets and financial independence is proof that Marla instilled strong money management skills in her daughter. Tiffany has also become a fixture at high-profile events, mingling with the world's elite and making a mark of her own. The fact that Marla Maples has been able to bring up such a successful daughter is a remarkable accomplishment, and she is quite proud of the woman that Tiffany has become. It is her role as a mother that she considers to be her greatest valued accomplishment, despite the fact that her time spent as Mrs. Trump was packed with sparkle and glamour. Not only in the entertainment industry, but also in the realm of charitable giving, Marla Maples continues to shine. Through her participation in a variety of philanthropic causes, it is clear that she has a strong desire to give back to the community. She has been an enthusiastic supporter of initiatives to raise awareness for Lyme disease and has worked with groups such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is dedicated to bringing joy to children who are suffering catastrophic illnesses. Another cause that is very important to her is Kids Creating Peace, which is a program that aims to promote understanding and peace among young people. The fact that she taught in her daughter Tiffany the necessity of assisting people who are in need is not surprising, given the fact that she is so committed to serving charitable causes. As Marla Trump left her mark with grace and compassion, the Trump family tale continued with Melania Trump, a former supermodel who contributed her own distinctive beauty and devotion to the legacy. Melania Trump was named after her father, Donald Trump. The glamorous world of high fashion was Melania Trump's previous occupation before she made the transition to the distinguished job of First Lady. Melania Trump is Donald Trump's third wife. Her birth name was Melania Knaus, and she was born in Novo Mesto, Slovenia, in 1970. She had already captivated the globe long before she entered the White House. Her career as a model was nothing short of amazing. She appeared on the pages of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, GQ, and New York Magazine, and she became one of the most sought-after faces in the industry. She was a favorite of great photographers such as Patrick de Marchelier and Bruce Weber, who photographed her in some of the most iconic fashion campaigns of the decade. Her striking European beauty and composed temperament made her a favorite of these photographers. Melania has amazed many people not only with her appearance but also with her intelligence and versatility. She is fluent in 5 languages, including German, English, French, and Serbian, while also speaking Slovenian. Having amassed a net worth that is greater than $70 million, she has established a fantastic career in her own right. Her journey from being a global model to becoming a successful businesswoman started when she signed with a leading modeling agency in Milan when she was just 18 years old. After that, she began working with some of the most prestigious fashion designers in the world, walking the runways of Paris and Milan, and attending events that were attended by prominent people. Melania became the face of luxury companies, featuring in advertising campaigns for Chanel, Versace, and Christian Dior, which cemented her position in the fashion industry. However, her influence extended much beyond simply looking the part. One of the earliest instances in which her abilities were acknowledged was in 1992, when she finished in second place in Slovenia's famous Face of the Year competition. By the year 1996, she had relocated her profession to New York City, where she was brought by the modeling agency owned by Paolo Zampoli. She proceeded to make waves, appearing on the covers of a multitude of magazines and gaining a coveted spot in the legendary swimsuit edition of Sports Illustrated, which was published in the year 2000. Melania, on the other hand, was not pleased with only remaining in front of the camera. Following the year 2005, when she tied the knot with Donald Trump, she entered the field of business and initially established her own brand. Her very first significant undertaking was Melania Timepieces and Jewelry, a collection that she had designed herself. It became an instantaneous representation of her individual sense of style and her acute eye for fashion. Following that, in the year 2010, she expanded her empire by launching Melania Mark, a luxury skincare line that served to further establish her reputation as a clever businesswoman. She was able to effortlessly convert herself from the sophisticated bride featured on the cover of a fashion magazine to the attractive face featured in an advertisement for a high-end perfume, which gained her the reputation of being one of the most accomplished chameleons in the industry. During the time that Donald Trump was still married to Marla Maples, Melania Trump and Donald Trump first met at a spectacular New York fashion party in the year 1998. This was the beginning of Melania and Donald Trump's love affair. Following that, they engaged in a lengthy courtship that was surrounded by public attention, which culminated in an extravagant wedding that took place in 2005 at Trump's Palm Beach residence. Melania Trump has successfully navigated the worlds of fashion, enterprise, and politics, making her own mark on the heritage of the Trump family. She began her career as a model, then went on to become a businesswoman, and eventually became the First Lady of the United States. They had their first wedding, which was his third, and it was nothing short of a spectacular event. Hillary Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, and a plethora of other extremely affluent business magnates, celebrities, and political heavyweights were among the members of the A-list who attended the event. It was impossible for the journalists to get enough of the opulent event, which included everything from the magnificent floral arrangements to the enormous wedding cake. In a gorgeous Christian Dior gown, Melania stole the show. The gown was a masterpiece that was fashioned to order and came with a staggering price tag of $100,000. In addition, as if that wasn't costly enough, Donald later updated her wedding ring to a magnificent 20-carat diamond for their 10th wedding anniversary, demonstrating that in the world of Donald Trump, larger is always better. Melania continued to pursue her business endeavors at the same time that she assumed the post of First Lady. Although she did not pursue a career in modeling, she did create a jewelry line on QVC and even produced a high-end skincare product line that was based on caviar. In addition, she got around $155,000 from the Make America Great Again Political Action Committee, which further demonstrated her influence in the political and corporate spheres. She is not the type of person to sit on the sidelines. She took many people by surprise when she entered the world of digital assets in 2021 with her very own collection of non-fungible tokens, NFT. The fact that her debut piece, Melania's Vision, sold for close to $200,000 demonstrated that she was not merely another celebrity who was following the trend. Rather, she was generating a significant amount of money. Her capacity to adapt to new circumstances and make the most of emerging opportunities was demonstrated by this move, which solidified her position as a significant player in the NFT industry. Beyond the realm of business, Melania possesses an impressive collection of high-end automobiles. Some of her most beloved assets are a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Cadillac, and a classic Mercedes 220 SE Ponton, all of which are valued at an astounding $500,000 at the moment. Nevertheless, automobiles are not the only things she possesses. She has also amassed a remarkable real estate portfolio, which includes both her luxurious apartment in Trump Tower and significant properties in Slovenia, where she was born. The investments she makes are a reflection of her great business sense, and they ensure her independence and financial security over the long term. Despite the fact that Melania is well known for her sophistication and her business endeavors, the most crucial job that she plays is that of a dedicated mother to Barron. In 2006, when she gave birth to him, she made it abundantly obvious that her primary concern was for his health, education, and future success. She has taken a hands-on approach to raising him, overseeing his academic and personal growth herself, which is in contrast to the conventional strategy used by most prominent parents. Barron, who had been educated at home for a period of time, eventually moved on to attend St. Andrew's Episcopal School, which is located in Potomac, Maryland. Melania's goals for her son were perfectly suited to this school because of its rigorous curriculum and its emphasis on providing a well-rounded education. And with tuition that is more than $40,000 a year, she has spared no expense in order to guarantee that Barron will receive an education of the highest caliber that will position him for future success. Barron has developed a deep love for soccer, despite the fact that he prefers to avoid the spotlight of public attention. As he works to improve his abilities on the field, He has been observed attending prominent academies for training. However, the thing that truly gets people talking is his towering height. He stands at a height of nearly 6 feet 9 inches, making him higher than both of his parents. Individuals who are familiar with him have described him as intelligent, focused, and content when he is in the company of his family and friends who are very close to him. Melania continues to be intimately involved in her son's life, despite the fact that she has a lot of duties. His schooling is under her direct supervision, and she makes certain that he is provided with the most advantageous opportunities. Regardless of whether she is juggling work, business, or personal obligations, she never fails to prioritize Barron. This demonstrates that regardless of how hectic her life may become, her family will always be her top priority. Melania, nevertheless, finds the time to personally prepare meals for Barron and take care of him, despite the fact that she has a crowded schedule and a multitude of responsibilities. There is no denying the fact that they are inseparable, as seen by the fact that they frequently appear in public together, causing their closeness and strong familial connection to be displayed. Once upon a time, a confidential source close to the family disclosed, he is her entire world. He has earned her a great deal of admiration. Barron is recognized for having a demeanor that is both friendly and private, despite the fact that he is a reserved guy. The fact that Melania Trump has been commended by Donald Trump for his son's intelligence and academic ability is more evidence that Melania's approach to parenting has been successful in producing remarkable outcomes. The question now is, what is the key to the success of the children that Donald Trump has had from his 3 different marriages? It is possible that it is the product of 5 effective parenting practices that shape their self-assurance, compassion, and ambition. Let's start by dissecting the routines and principles that have been the driving force behind their remarkable accomplishments. In the first place, there is a significant focus placed on education and values. Her children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, were taught a profound regard for the value of hard work and responsibility by their mother, Ivana Trump, who was a great believer in the importance of structure and discipline. She made sure that they were aware that wealth came with responsibilities despite the fact that they lived a privileged lifestyle. They were taught that success was something that had to be achieved and not something that was given to them, and they were routinely involved in business talks. Next, there is the concept of striking a balance between compassion and ambition. Marla Maples instilled in Tiffany a strong emphasis on personal development and kindness throughout her childhood. In addition to maintaining a balanced and compassionate attitude, she pushed her daughter to pursue her aspirations. Tiffany's perspective was significantly influenced by Marla's spiritual approach to life, which taught her to place a high importance on inner calm and positive energy. What is the main point? Instill in your children a sense of ambition, but don't forget to encourage them to maintain a healthy balance and to be compassionate. Next, there is the power that comes with personal branding. An excellent illustration of how cultivating a powerful public image can pave the way for opportunities is Melania Trump. She took great effort to cultivate her identity as someone who was poised, graceful, and one of a kind, beginning with her early days as a model and continuing through her role as First Lady. This mentality was extended to Barron, who has been instructed from an early age on how to present himself with confidence. This is a talent that will serve him well in whichever career he chooses to pursue. There is also the important lesson of setting an example. Ivana was of the opinion that the most effective method for instilling a strong work ethic and a sense of independence in her children was for her to demonstrate such qualities herself. The fact that she was an active contributor to the Trump business empire is evidence that self-reliance and determination are the most important factors in achieving success. The manner that she approaches things demonstrates that being a role model is one of the most effective ways to impact the future of a child. And last but not least, there is the concept of strategic networking. The significance of establishing meaningful connections was something that both Ivana and Marla were aware of, and they instilled that understanding in their offspring. While Marla encouraged Tiffany to build contacts in creative and scholarly circles, Ivana introduced her children to the business world at an early age, which gave them the opportunity to interact with prominent persons. They gave their children a major advantage in life by putting them in situations where opportunities flourished and being exposed to those circumstances. It is abundantly obvious that the success of the Trump children may be attributed to a combination of self-control, driven ambition, thoughtfulness, and strategic planning. Over the course of their lives, these 5 parenting concepts have been crucial in defining their futures, whether it be through education, networking, or simply setting an example on their own.